Okay, kids, I've had a couple of requests from students asking about how in the world we determine which quadrant we put our triangle. How do we know where things are positive? How do we know where things are negative? So I'm going to try to go through this again one more time. It's going to be a very short video, but how to determine the correct quadrant. So let's first go back to all students take calculus. What this all means is that all 6 trig functions, sine, cosine, tangent, cosecant, because these go hand in hand, secant, because these go hand in hand, and cotangent are positive. All of them are positive. So no matter what, if I say cotangent of theta is equal to positive 7 over 8, 7/8, positive 7/8, then you know you are going to be in the first quadrant. When I say students, really we're talking about the S in students. This means that sine is positive. Remember, we're only using the regular functions, the one we know, sine, cosine, and tangent, not the reciprocal functions. So sine is positive, therefore cosecant is positive. So both sine and cosecant are positive. Take, really talking about the T here for tangent. Tangent and cotangent are positive. And the C is for cosine. Cosine and secant are positive. That's what all students take calculus means. So if I was to give you a problem and I said, okay, cotangent less than 0, cosecant greater than 0. Well, first of all, less than 0 and greater than 0 mean positive and negative. So this is saying cotangent is negative. Cosecant is positive. Well, I don't really know a lot about cosecant and cotangent. What I know a lot about is the regular function. So this one goes with sine. So sine is positive and tangent is negative. So I say, okay, all students take calculus. So sine is positive. Anytime it's positive, you know you're going to put a check mark in this quadrant. Where is the S, the sign? Sine is positive. Tangent is negative. Well, down here in this quadrant, tangent is positive, and we know tangent's positive here because everything's positive there. So where is tangent negative? It's negative here and here. It's always 2 quadrants. If you're not positive, you're negative. So there'll be 2 positives, 2 negatives. So quadrant 2 would be my triangle. And remember, we're always going to draw one of the butterflies or one of the bow ties. So in this case, I'd be using the second quadrant triangle. I want to draw a triangle like this. So I'd say, okay, just like that. All right, let me keep going. Let me try it again. So if I tell you, let me just go through a few of these. Tangent less than 0. Secant greater than 0. Cosine less than 0. Sine greater than 0. Tangent less than 0. Cotangent greater than 0. All right, so let's put 2 check marks in each one. Where could the 2 check marks go? Tangent is, remember, this means negative. So we'll go back to all students, sine, take, tangent, calculus, cosine. So tangent negative. Well, tangent's positive down here, and tangent's positive here. So tangent would be negative here and here. Secant, don't know about secant. I know about cosine. Cosine is positive. Cosine is positive. Everything's positive here. So as soon as it's positive, we're going here. So all the ones that say positive, we know we got to be in the first quadrant. And where else is cosine positive? Cosine is positive down here. So we are in the first or fourth quadrant. Cosine negative. Well, we just decided that cosine being positive over here, so cosine negative is over here. Where is sine positive? Well, we know something's always positive here, and then here's the s. So sine is positive here. Tangent is negative. Oh, that's what we did over here. Bam and bam. Cotangent is positive. Well, I already have one here. Cotangent really goes with tangent, and tangent is positive down here, so that could be in the first or third. So let's try some more. Sine negative a half. Sine of theta equals negative a half. Cotangent of theta equals 5. Okay. Sine is negative. All students take calculus. Pause it if you want to try it on your own. Pause it. Sine is negative down here. It's always positive here, and sine's positive here. So it's got to be negative down here and here. Now I want cotangent. I don't care that it's a 5. I care that it's a positive 5. Well, everything's positive here. And where else is tangent positive? Tangent positive's here. So I would pick quadrant 3. Where is cosecant theta equals, let's say, negative 3 over 2, and cosine of theta equals negative 0.8. Oh, it's just weird. I don't care what it is. So let's see here. I don't understand cosecant. I know sine. So sine is negative. All is positive here. Sine is positive here. Tangent and cosine. Remember, it always has to be in 2 quadrants. If it's negative, it can't be in the first quadrant. And sine is positive here, so sine being positive has to be, or sine being negative has to be down here somewhere. Cosine is also negative. So again, we can't be in first quadrant. Cosine is positive here, so cosine is negative here and negative here. We're in the third quadrant. And I would draw my triangle like this. All right, 2 more. Secant of theta is equal to negative 3.4. And cosecant of theta is equal to 5.8. Now again, I don't really care about positive. I don't really care about what the numbers are right now. I just care about positive or negative. So let's do this one in red. So this secant really goes along with cosine. Cosine is negative. So all students take calculus. Cosine is negative. Cosine is negative. Cosine is positive here because that's why it's C. And everything's positive here. So cosine is negative here and here. And we'll do the other one in blue. I don't understand cosecant. Sine is positive. Well, if it's positive, I know it's got to be a check mark here. And here's my S. So sine also has to be positive here. So I'm in the second quadrant. So if I was drawing a triangle, I would draw that one. Remember, it's got to be part of the bow tie. But in this case, we'd be in quadrant 2. All right, here we go. Go forever and ever in one note. Okay. So let's say I tell you our angle is in the third quadrant. So the angle's in the third quadrant. What is cosine in the third quadrant? Well, let's just do this. All students take calculus. What is cosine? Positive or negative? You decide. What is sine? Positive or negative? What is cosecant? Positive or negative? What is cotangent? Positive or negative? All right, let's see. I'm in the third quadrant, so it can't be the, I don't care about all, so I know I got to make a decision. So cosine's positive here, and cosine's positive here. So in these two, it's got to be negative. Sine is positive in the first quadrant, and sine is positive in the second quadrant. Therefore, it also has to be negative. Cosecant is basically the same as sine, so it also has to be the negative. Cotangent is positive here, and it's positive where tangent is, so in this case it will be positive. So all 6 positive here. Sine and cosecant positive here. Tangent and cotangent positive here. Cosine and secant positive here. This is where they're positive. All right, kids, that's it. I hope you enjoyed my short little 10-minute video. Bye.